All right, gamers, we're back for another Destiny Rising video, and you're probably wondering how to get your team level up, how to get your power above 50,000, and how to play this game more advanced, what to do and what not to do pretty much in your grind. Stay free to play as possible. We don't want you swiping. We don't want you to feel like you need to spend money to get to where you are in this game. And there's a few things that I've learned from chat and also me playing to make this grind pretty simple for you. So first off, I want to promote you can play this game on PC. Head on over to playdestinyrising.com and click on play on PC. So you're not sitting there with your fingers on your little cell phone no more. Just want to understand that, because a lot of people don't know that you can play this game on PC, and I've said it a million times. I'm not even kidding. I want to point out that as you see here, I don't have the chapter book anymore. This is what happens when you beat the campaign. So I can show you one thing, or you beat the campaign. It's like chapter 7-3. If you come down here when you're on a character and let's say you click on this relic abilities, right? When you're still in the campaign, like you haven't beat the final mission yet, there's a refund button down here. So if you're not liking a character you're playing on, refund all your materials and go max out a different character and try that out. And if you don't like that character, refund it. You can do this up until you beat the last campaign. So it's kind of up to you. Me personally, I've stayed with Wolf because I used Wolf to beat the campaign, and it was really easy to use Wolf in like a run and gun scenario. Plus you do get the exotic grenade launcher from the campaign, and it does give you the exotic catalyst. It's actually part of the quest is called Devil's Shadow, and you can just pull up your inventory and go into your quests. And if you scroll down, you'll see it here. Just do the quest and you will get the catalyst for that. But mainly, Tan is so strong in the raid, and also Tan's really good for these missions that require you to be at range. You can literally just use your scout rifle and sniper and destroy all of the long range targets. So I stayed with Wolf, I stayed with Tan, and then since I got Gwen, I've been leveling her up because, hey, it's goth mommy. So pretty much that's where you're going to be at once you beat the campaign. You're going to have 3 characters that you're spec'd into. One of them will probably be Wolf, and the other 2 are just up to you. So again, it doesn't matter what character you play. It just matters that you're managing your materials. So today was a huge choke point because after you beat the campaign, you need to start doing Acclaim bonuses. And I got stuck at 10. I thought that I wasn't going to get to 10 because to get to 10, you pretty much need to bronze key 3 characters, and that means you need to upgrade their artifact to 9, which I'll show you what that means in a second. You have to upgrade the relic power and also get your power itself up to 46,600. You have to do this on 3 characters to get to 10. So my Wolf, my Gwen, and my Tan all needed these steps to get to 10. And the reason why it's so important to get to 10 is because once you get to 10, you can unlock cool things like Artifact Refractor, which I'll show you what that means. And pretty much you'll be able to level cap your stuff higher. You'll be able to get all your artifacts to level 80. And this is pretty much where people are getting to 60,000 power at the moment. So again, if you just want to see what each level does, you can just click and see what each upgrade does. But 10 was the choke point for today. So to do that, after you beat the campaign, I also want to point out that you can link companions on each character. As you see here, it's right above your weapons. It says right here, linked. Make sure you choose this and you link another character that corresponds with your guardian so you could do more damage. Then here's the big problem, this right here. So welcome to being broke on materials, meaning you do not have any void fruit or any feather. And this is what I ran into today. So if you're watching this video, please stop spending your pinnacle points. Please. The reason why is you're going to need tons of fruit and feather. Let me show you what those feathers look like. Let me go into the inventory here. Your choke point is these, the sheafs and the fruit. And when you get to this point of the game, you're going to be like, dude, I have to wait. I can't get none. There is ways to get it. But what I'm telling you is just hold off on your pinnacle points. So if you don't buy any upgrades, like there's a subscription you can do in the game and spend money, you shouldn't do that. You get 120 pinnacle points a day on daily reset. So what I like to do is I sit around the 60 to 80 mark. I keep 60 to 80 every day. So when I get new, I can see what there is available in the game the next day, and I can spend my pinnacle points wisely. Right now, this is like the first time that you're going to get stuck and you're going to be like, damn, I don't have any. So please save them for this moment. And the reason why you need to is you need to buy these upgrades for 3 characters. So this is what it was saying, that you needed to get 9 artifact upgrades per character to get to that rank 10. Now there is ways for you to buy these in other stores. You know, you can get them from Singularity Chaos. You can get them from the fruit choices. You can get them from vendors, you can get them from for the shops. So make sure that you're going through the game and you're understanding how much stores and currency you can exchange for. I know this is a lot of menu gameplay, but I'm learning day to day that you can exchange stuff to get new things. There's the black market, and there's, you know, down here, yes, I could have spent 6,000 and got fruit right here, but I thought that it was too expensive and I waited. So in my mind, you're better off doing activities like shifting gates, and if you use pinnacle rewards, you're going to get 25 tokens. Well, what you can do is take these 25 tokens and you can actually buy some of the sheafs and the fruit here. And what's nice about the game is that any material that you're short on, if you just click on it, it tells you where to get it from. And that's what I showed you guys here. And that's what I showed you guys right here. When you click on a material that you don't have, it tells you where to get it. So always don't jump the gun and realize that you just need to go spend something or you're stuck, because I thought that today, but I got through it. Chat, help me out. Once you buy those 9 upgrades, now you got to come here and you got to max these out to 17 to 17 to 17. These cost the same material as well. And then the big spender up top, you need to get this to level 4. This is what happens. You need to hit 13,900 to get to that Acclaim level 10. So you'll see that not only do you have to spend all these materials on each character, but you also have to have the map. Artifact power is pretty simple. You're going to be able to farm these. I don't know if you guys know this, but I feel like a lot of people don't. You can just simply go into the activities. You can click on the Realm of the Nine and go to Singularity Chaos. As you see here, it saved my checkpoint. It saved my run that I was in. I'm on like level 50, and I could just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. It's endless. But before you load in, you want to make sure that you set your wish list to the artifacts that you're grinding for, so they drop. I did that today on my Gwen, and I did not spend a single pinnacle on those either. I want to let you guys know that you can actually farm artifacts without spending any pinnacle power. I got this exotic today, and I got this exotic, and all these mythics that you're seeing on screen right now, I just farm those out. It's fun. Once you find a good modifier to where you're just clearing the map really quickly, like the one there is today, I'll show the gameplay in the background. You just get to melee everything, and everything dies, and you're just, every 3 rounds you get a boss, then you get 3 chests. Now you're probably wondering, well, Clyde, how do you get 3 chests? Well, there's an unlock you have to do. So if you click on Realm of the Nine and you go to Chaos right here, I didn't buy any of these upgrades and chat called me out on it. You need to hit level 14. Now, this is where you have to spend some pinnacle points, because if you don't, you're probably not going to have these coins. You need strange coin. And the only way to get these coins is if you've spent any currency, the pinnacle points, in this playlist. So some of you might have it, some of you might not have, but you definitely want to get to 14 so you can get the master stage. Master stage gives you 3 chests instead of 2, and it definitely pays off. New things that change with the artifacts now is that obviously I can take mine to 80, but I can modify mine as well today. I can actually roll the perks and get it higher. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you what it does here. Right behind my camera is nothing. It's just saying that I need to use these 2 materials. That's it. So I'm going to roll this. This is where the Gamba comes into play. As you see here, my current boosts are 1910 power. The new ones are bad, so we're going to keep the old stat. We're going to do it again. As you see here, 1845 lower. You can keep doing this over and over and over to get your relic power higher. As you see, this relic right here is a mythic, and it's 1910. You can go way higher with exotics, but when you try and do this with exotics, yeah, right. See, the game says, no, sir. Let's take out the camera real quick, and it will stop you in your tracks and be like, hey, it's not that easy. You got to farm for those mats. So currently right now, it's going to be easier for you to get better builds with mythic artifacts, because you'll be able to get like 4 good ones. And what's nice is you can keep rolling these unlimited amounts and keep your old stats. So this is kind of where the end game kind of opens up. Now, I do want to point out this whole choke point that I told you of the feathers and the balls. This is just the start of where the game will slow down for you. Coming over the next few days, people that are 80 plus, they'll pretty much be able to start buying currency to get better loot. That does not mean free-to-play players need to do this. Just because they have cooler stuff before you doesn't mean anything. Do not get discouraged. This game will not hit you with that gotcha factor if you just play it strategically. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm scared to spend currency because I don't want to mess up. That's why I'm making this video, to remind you guys that it's okay to like spend currency here. But let's say you're gonna go do gauntlet ops and you're gonna go to blitz right now, and you're like, oh my god, there's a 3% chance that I I can get Izanagi, I'm gonna go spend 120 currency pinnacle points on this right now. Please don't do that. Some people will get it. You'll get lucky. It's not worth. Another thing is what people don't understand is when you click on these 3 lines on any activity, it tells you pinnacle rewards, basic rewards. So you can get a 1% drop rate on the Izanagi or any of these weapons for using no currency. So make sure that when you're doing activities, you click the 3 lines and you see what the basic rewards are, because you always don't need to spend your pinnacle points. That's kind of a huge thing in the game right now. Once you beat the campaign, you should do the heroic mission. These are the heroic missions from the campaign. Now I'm going to turn my cam off here just so I can show you. It pretty much tells you what characters to run. So the first mission, a Tan would be good. The second mission, Wolf would be good, or an Ikora. Third mission, you can use Gwyn, you can use Vanilla, or you can use Zwan or Jolder. And then the last mission, same thing. You can use Wolf, Vanilla, Caber, Jolder, Ning, whatever you want. But the most important thing here is to get this. You need the bonus. You need the time bonus on each mission. If you do this correctly and you do all 4 missions in under 7 minutes, if you're wondering what I did Tan, Wolf on the first 2. The third one I did Gwyn, and the fourth one I did Wolf again. But once you do that and you do all 4 of those, you'll be able to go into your inventory and you'll go to synthesize, and you can actually make an engram sitting here if you have enough of these. And this is how you're going to get a free exotic. That's what I did. I chose Huckleberry. Unfortunately, I don't have Jolder, so I can't even use Huckleberry. I also got another exotic, and I got Queen Breaker, and I can't use that either. Also, I do want to point out that in those missions, in these heroic legendary campaign missions, you can borrow characters. As you see right here, you can borrow your clanmates' characters and actually go in and use them in these missions. Me personally, I'd rather use my own just because I want to make sure that my character's strong enough to do them, but that's up to you. But also, as you see here with these missions, this is pinnacle rewards, this is weekly rewards, but look what you can do down here. This is what I was doing today. I needed to get level 80 weapons, and it has a 50% chance of dropping one. So I looked at the basic rewards and I'm like, hey, my weapons are level 70. I need to get them to 80. So I ran these missions today and I did get my weapons to level 80 because it was a 50% drop rate. You can also go have fun and go in the casual playlist and go play Sparrow Racing like I did, and you get a 60% chance of playing, but there's only so many runs you can do for the day. It tells you that you can't get no more loot. I did try playing cards, but I realized that this game is too sophisticated for a person at my age. So I'm going to stay out of there. When you fish, you could do fishing. You can catch mythic guns. You can do tons of stuff. So again, you're just opening up all the menus, kind of checking it out and seeing what you can get. Also, shifting gates, decent, but again, you're just leveling up the vendor, spending the pinnacle here, so it's up to you. But you do get rep as you play, and the more you play, the more rep you get and the more cool stuff you unlock. So it's kind of just up to you if you want to do all that. If you're like me and you're broke on mod materials to level up your weapons, because a lot of people don't understand, I'll show you the mod components in a second, but I was actually broke on these, so I had to save 20 power pinnacle materials to run this so I could get 180 parts to max out my weapons today. And what I mean by that is this: when you level up your stuff to max, like as you see, mine are level 10 now. I didn't even have enough mats to get them to level 10, and I was struggling, and I'm still struggling. I'm very low on those mats. So we're kind of at the point of the game today where it gets more expensive, but I kind of wanted to go over everything of how you can adjust your artifacts, how you can get enough materials for your relics, and how you can get your guns upgraded too. So I feel like I kind of went over all that, but now there's a cool activity that unlocks. So when we hit Acclaim level 10, you're going to unlock this cool mode, and I just ran it and it was dub. You got to be 50k to run it, and you get 3 weekly keys. It looks like I had 2, I used them, I got 1 left. Don't quote me on the number, but you get these keys and they're weekly. And what's cool is you could run this once per day on a character, and look what happens here. This is where we get into the juicy stuff. You start getting gold mods for your weapons, you start getting mythic mods for your weapons, you start getting tons of loot. This is why it's so important for you to hold on to these materials, and as soon as you're ready to go for that Acclaim level 10, you have this knowledge so you can go get the good stuff. I do want to show you that my loot in this. So this is the loot right here. So as you see, I have 2 bundles to make these mods. So this is 2 mods in the first slot, 2 mods in the second, and 2 mods in the third. I also got exotic mods, but unfortunately they're spread. So yeah, this sucks. It's for a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher. Since my shotgun is pretty decent, I also want to show you what I could do with these, because I'm going to upgrade it live for you. you. So this is my shotgun right here. We're going to equip other mods. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you how to do this. As you see here, I just finished the run and I'm going to upgrade this to a mythic mod. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the mod itself and I can click source, and it's telling me that I have 2 available. So I need to choose the Mayrin RDS. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to choose this 1 out of 2, exchange, bang. So now, did we get a good one? Did it give us good RNG? Charge heavy attack damage bonus. I don't like that one, but hey, we'll take the body shot damage and we'll also take the attack range. So that's okay, but it really doesn't do much there. Now we could put this on, or we could see what it goes up to. So for purposes, we're not going to equip this just because I think I could get something better. But I just wanted to show that. So let's move on to the next one. So we have 2 of these. We need a quick draw mag. So we're going to go source. We're going to do the same thing. We have a quick draw mag. I don't think it will let me use this because it's for a different weapon. We're going to come here and get the weapon hit damage. We're going to exchange it. Boom. We have our quick draw mag. We're going to come back up here. Swing speed, guard resistance, and weapon damage. What we're showing you right here, ladies and gentlemen, is how to get the worst mods possible for your weapon when you first get a gold mod and the game screws you over. This is fantastic. Holy smokes. Could they be any worse? Well, guess what? The third one can't be that bad, right? Well, let's find out. Weapon damage bonus versus boss, and stability. For a shotgun, I win because right here we didn't have nothing there. So we finally get one, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to equip that mod right now and we're going to upgrade it. Let's see how much it costs. I've never upgraded it before. I just want to point out something real quick. This is a 4. This matters, and I just realized that it's a 4. So what you're seeing here, my equipped is a 3. Okay, then this one down here, the equipped is a 3. So do I get punished here, chat, for putting this on? We're putting this in the video, by the way. We're teaching stuff. Do I get punished for not matching a 3, or is a 4 better? 4 is better. Okay, so again, I just learned something too. It increases the perk it's linked to. Got it. More OP the number, the better the stat. Okay, so we're gonna try and juice this up. I don't know how high we can go with it. So I can't take it to 10 because I remember how I told you guys I'm broke. We'll just wait for tomorrow. Because we'll get more of these materials tomorrow. But yeah, as you see, I can max this out. We're good to go. So it's not a big deal. So I just wanted to show you how you could start putting better mods on, start upgrading your stuff. Obviously, I would do the same. With breaking down old mods. Obviously, if you want to get rid of your mods, you should definitely do that. So what I like to do is I go to my inventory and then you can click on mods. So when you're here, you can just click dismantle. What I like to do is I always go back and delete mods that I don't have equipped. Check and see the roles. You could be like, oh, what's this? This is body shot damage, range, recoil. If you got a better one, then keep that one. It's all good. So definitely make sure that you go through and you delete old weapons, old guns that you don't use anymore, and old mods, because it will benefit you in the long end game run. All right, so going back to the activities now, you should definitely finish all your singularities. Make sure you do all levels, that whatever your part on the campaign. This actually goes up to 9, and you want to make sure that you clear within 10 minutes both runs, so you get the loot. Want to make sure that you get all this free loot, so please make sure you do that. I went over Singularity Chaos Expanse. This is new as well. I actually stopped doing this. I need to keep progressing, but what's cool about this is that you get loot every few levels, and the higher level you go, the harder it's going to get, but it is a good source of the fruit. So if you're at the point where you're trying to get Acclaim level 10 and you're stuck, you can level your character up and go do some of these levels. It's going to get harder as it progresses. I think I made it to 16 and I stopped, but again, you could get fruits from the source. Going into the gauntlet ops, I really think that Blitz is really good to grind exotics with just basic rewards. Yes, it's only a 1% drop rate, but a lot of people get really good rewards in Blitz. Please make sure that you give this playlist a try. It's pretty fun. If you're wanting to do the raid is here. The monoliths fail. You got a few days left. Each encounter has its own unique exotic. This crossbow is absolutely busted. It's probably gonna get tweaked really OP, and you can get the exotic Izanagi, which is really good too. I'm definitely hunting that one out. But then if you click on the next encounter, it changes different weapons in each encounter. Just a few, not a lot, but there is some that get swapped out. As you see, the machine gun's not available in the second encounter, but it's available in the third. So always pay attention to pinnacle rewards or clicking on these 3 dots and seeing what you're getting in each playlist before you do something. I showed you the legendary campaign, I showed you the challenge mode, I showed you Morgan's Prey, so you can get the mods. Legacy is really good too. If you choose Arc, Solar, or Void, as you see, it gives you the most sheafs. So if you're looking to get these sheafs, it will cost you pinnacle, but remember how I told you, I said save your pinnacle points. Maybe you need to go get some sheafs. You can use this playlist as well. There is Iron Commander. Now, I haven't messed with this a lot, but pretty much this is how you can tell the game to farm for you while you're not playing. Me personally, I like playing the game and I don't want some game to play for me in the background, so I'm not really gonna sit here and explain this to you. Definitely make sure you do all your high value bounties, and your common bounties you really don't need to worry about, but you do need to get these keys. So these frontline keys, as you see down here, it's really good to max out your weekly rewards like I did. So when you get those keys, you're gonna be able to come to the Red Sea and you're gonna be able to do a public event. It's like 3 stages, and then you use those keys at the end to get those purple mods that you probably don't have yet. Purple and blue mods you definitely want to invest in so you get those mythics. So it's an easy way for you to do that. Also, don't ego this screen like I have. There's a lot of good loot for you and XP in this stuff. So if you want to explore each area and kind of do all the checklists, if you're not grinding, definitely should check that out because it's easy to do. Lastly, I do want to point out, I'm telling you right now, you will get lost in the sauce. Please click on events. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna claim this real quick because it told me to, and I got some nice exotic weapon stuff. Go to the events page and click on rewards guide. This is 200 free draws. Free. You don't have to swipe, and all you have to do is do these triumphs. Also, when you're in these settings, there's going to be a lot of ways for you to come in and find out the exchanges. Exchanges are very important in this game because it has materials that you need. Some people just don't realize that you can come buy the fruit right here for 6,000 points. I have 7,900. I'm not going to do that, but there's a lot of exchanges in the game that people just don't know about. There's I have 16,000 points right now, and I can buy a cluster. I can buy the overclocked capacitor. These give me more drops for my pinnacle points. There's the Fortuna one where you can use these and buy a tan light crystal upgrade and make my tan stronger. So you're not gonna look at this. I can buy sheafs right now. Bang, come right here. There is exchanges in the game. So please, when you're looking for a material, just make sure you click on the material and see where it comes from and take your time. If you make suggestions just because you're like, oh, they're right there and I'm just gonna go get them, you could have got them easier. So please take your time. Yeah, I pretty much went through everything. Wanted to give you guys some tips and tricks. Remember, play the game without pinnacle points. You're going to be playing a lot of chaos to farm your artifacts, but again, once you go in there and you have fun, it should be easy. You know, even though I'm only 51,000 right now and I'm behind people that are like 59,000, 60,000, it's not a big deal because it does come down to RNG too. Like, you got to get purple perks on your weapons or gold perks on your weapons. That matters. Some people have the gold pistols. I don't. Some people are using the shotgun here. I don't like this shotgun yet. I don't need it yet because I'm not doing hard raid endgame. I'd rather use a shotgun that I like. I actually like the shotgun. Hopefully these tips and tricks help you out. Hopefully you're having fun with Destiny Rising. I'll see you in the next one.